Hey everyone, welcome back to Cody Tarot. I'm your tarot reader, Cody. Today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading, or I'm going to at least attempt to do a pick a card reading. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Okay, so first we have pink kunzite is group 1, this mystery stone is group 2, and this labradorite is group 3. Today we're going to be doing what's coming next in love, or what do you need to hear about your love life? Like what pressing, urgent message needs to come in about your love life. So that is today's reading. Basically, you pick one of these crystals, and then there's a timestamp in the description box associated with that crystal and group, which will fast forward you to your specific reading. So whatever crystal you're drawn to right now in the moment, that's probably your group. So let's get into it. I'll show you the crystals one by one. We have pink kunzite. It's group 1. Group 2 is this mystery black stone, black and white stone. I don't know what this is, but I bought it, and the guy didn't know what it was, but I liked it, so I bought it. And then, this one's slippery. If you're feeling a little slippery these days, this is labradorite, so that'll be your crystal if you pick group 3. Great, let's get into it, starting with group number 1, the pink kunzite. Hey, group 1, if you picked the pink kunzite, this will be your reading for today. So let's get into it. I want to start with a Moonology manifestation card. Let's see, and your first card says, release your blocks. Let's pull some tarot cards here, and we'll get into your love message. So your current love situation, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done before new love can come in, is what I'm seeing. Queen of Wands talks about you're in a phase of your life where you have loads and loads of confidence, right? And we do have this energy here of this woman herding cattle, but she's in front. She's the leader. She's the front runner of this herd of cattle. I think this is a feeling that when you go through this recovery process, as far as like what you need to do to let go of an ex or a previous partner who kind of either broke your heart or was just really difficult to get over, you are front running a new movement for relationships. That means that your relationship is one that had such a vivid and different type of experience to it. It's kind of the vibe of I don't know, like, so you know how gaslighting became a trend? It's like we didn't really hear of gaslighting for the longest time in the common vernacular. Then all of a sudden on social media and stuff, it just became this thing like, oh, someone's gaslighting you, blah, blah, blah. This is kind of that vibe of like someone does something specific to you, and then you're like, there's like this feeling that society's going to coin the term like ghosting or gaslighting or whatever. There's a feeling of like a coined term like that that's coming through, that you're on the precipice of like your ex treated you this specific way, and this is coming into the common vernacular of like our society. With the devil here, I really feel like you were really addicted to this person. There's a feeling that you were tied together by forces beyond your control. This feels very karmic. This feels very fated. It feels like the kind of connection that where you can't keep your hands off each other, and there's like a deep, powerful obsession between the two people. There's also this strong vibe of like difficulty in letting go, but at the same time, the relationship, what it seemed like, was just wearing itself very thin by the end of it. And it was easier to let go because it was just that both parties had kind of like low endurance. Like there wasn't as much endurance left for both parties, is kind of what I'm seeing. I'm looking at this guy, and he is sitting under a tree, and there's all these sticks in the background. And I'm getting the main energy of the Nine of Wands, which is like endurance, like being through it all, like having been gone through a lot, like, you know, having to endure your experiences. But this guy seems a little more relaxed, and he's kind of even like holding on to one of the staffs. It almost feels like you feel a little more relaxed about this breakup now than you did previously. So you might be thinking like, man, I don't really need to hear about this reading or something because I've already process this breakup or something like that. And for those of you who haven't yet and you're still in the throes of it, the throes of the emotions, the recovery's slowly going to wear over time. So that just means, and I don't mean wear as in like wear down and you'll be more vulnerable. I mean wear as in, you know, it's you know, the need to recover will be less and less as time goes on. And you're going to get over this connection. With release your blocks, there's something that could speed up your healing here with first quarter moon in Scorpio. I'm getting the energy of like a not a shotgun. It's like a super soaker. It's like a um anyway, there's a feeling of like a big burst of healing that could fast track you on this healing process. But there's something that you're doing right now that's like blocking that energy from coming forward. Let's get another card to see what kind of energy this is coming forward for the block here. That's what I thought. I had a feeling it was a person. There's some person who's coming in. Specifically for my male viewers, this could be another relationship or someone coming in that wants to take your mind off the past relationship, but you have blocks to love. So you have blocks to love, you have blocks to intimacy, you have blocks to releasing this connection to indulge with this specific person. They have Queen of Pentacles energy, so this is someone with a more feminine energy. For my female viewers, this could be like a counselor or a friend that's coming in to release your blocks, something like that. Take what resonates. I have a lot of people that watch my channel that are, transgender, gay, lesbian. It doesn't really matter. If you are a female that's into women, this could be someone romantic as well. If you are a gay man who is into other men, this might be someone who's a friend, right? But basically, this is a person who is coming in to take your mind off the situation, and whether they heal you through intimacy or just shared compassion and understanding and listening to you, there's a feeling that you're rejecting the intimacy and connection this person is providing right now because it's like you don't want to release some kind of block you have about this past person, this past ex. But overall, I do see eventual release of this energy. Whether you take the help from this person or not, the universe is just kind of giving you jumper cables to like start your car, but you don't. It's like someone shows up and they're like, "Hey, I have jumper cables. I can start your car." And you're like, "Oh no, it's okay. I called AAA. They'll be here in a couple hours." That's kind of the vibe here. For those of you who know, AAA is like an insurance company, and they provide like services to people who've like cars have broken down and stuff like that. Let's get one more message here. You are meant to have children in this lifetime. That's something that's coming through. Whether you think you are ready for that or not, or whether you want that or not, I think children are coming in the future in your lifetime. I have a lot of viewers who are like, I don't want kids, so take what resonates. This could also be connecting with your inner child to release your blocks. That's another interpretation of this card. But the first message that came through for most of you was you have children in your future. And if this person you thought was the last person that, it was like, oh, well, I'm that's it for me. Like, I'm older or whatever, and I can't have kids. If this person wasn't the one to like bring in kids into my life, I'm not going to be able to have kids because it's just not going to happen for me. I do see children in your future, which could mean if you're like, for some of my viewers where your biological clock is ticking, quote unquote, this might be someone who already has children in another relationship, or you adopt kids with this new person that's coming in. And this new person I'm seeing coming in is like marriage material, but it's going to be further down the line. And for a lot of you, this Queen of Pentacles energy is just someone to help you get over this previous situation. I know Pentacles is long-term energy. It should represent some kind of commitment with a more practical component, kind of Saturnian in a way. But I am seeing this person is more of like meant to heal you. Now you could marry them. You could marry this Queen of Pentacles person who's coming in. But for most of you, I feel like they're more meant to heal you than anything else in this time period. Let's get a Oracle of the Seven energies for you guys. So I'm hearing the song "It's a Cruel Summer." I don't know who sings it. It's like, it's a cruel, cruel, cruel summer. Now you're gone. You're not the only one. And the way I'm seeing that is like, there's this feeling of just, with this lotus kind of blooming, there's more people in your life right now. It's not just this one person and they're gone and it sucks, and you're in this kind of energy of like, oh, it's summertime and they're gone and this sucks, all this stuff, right? There's a feeling more of like, how do I put it? Like there's a burst of magic coming in. I think if you let some people into your heart at this time period, you will be experiencing a really beautiful, magical moment in your life. We have the numbers 4 and 8, and I'm being called to not add them up right now. So there's represented standalone, which is structure and abundance. I think you're building a family for yourself, especially with Queen of Pentacles representing that nurturing mother energy. I think you're building a family for yourself at this time. With like social connections or people in your life, something like that. There's this feeling of family members. There's this feeling of, it's hard to explain. It just feels like you're unfolding, like part of you is unfolding at this time period. My gardener just started gardening outside. So I'm taking that as like trimming the trees, chopping the grass, trimming the leaves. This is I'm receiving as kind of like your indication to take care of your appearance, to take care of your how do I put it? To take care of your appearance, to take care of your house, if that's relevant to you as well. A higher view with 41, we have another 4 represented here, and it's talking about the individual. For like there's security within yourself as well as in groups, is kind of what I'm seeing. Groups are going to provide that burst of magic. Your friends, your community are going to provide that burst of magic for you. And with a higher view here, it's like they're helping you see things from a greater perspective, from a higher perspective. So that's something that's really beautiful. I would say what you need to focus on in love, what's coming next in love. You do have a person coming in. I do want to point out they're meant to heal you. This could be romantic, this could be sexually. Some people have sexual trauma from a past relationship or whatever, or you're finding someone who is sexually healing in a way where they're not going to like make fun of specific areas of your body, or they're not going to criticize how your behavior is in bed. Something for some of you, this person is very giving and you're used to being the giving one in the bedroom, and they're actually wanting to please your every need, something like that. This person also, if this person is not a romantic or sexual person coming in, this person is just someone meant to heal your blocks. It just depends on what those blocks are, really. This Queen of Pentacles energy can be someone to come in who is really meant to clear out sexual energy blocks that your past relationship caused, whatever trauma you have from that. And I'm getting that message for a lot of you, honestly, if you do have sexual trauma. But with the Queen of Pentacles here, I'm really seeing just someone clearing out the blocks and the trauma. So if it was psychological, like if this person played mind games with you, this person, this Queen of Pentacles person, is going to be undoing the mind games that previous person did with you, in a way that makes you trust people again, right? Now, you could turn down this Queen of Pentacles and you will heal this stuff on your own as time goes on. We see that here with the Nine of Wands, that as time goes on, it gets easier. But the universe is bringing you in this burst of magic, and to release your blocks. It's this feeling of like electricity, right? Where it's like, oh wow, I'm being shocked. It's like I'm getting this image lately of like a person with a defibrillator, like shocking someone's heart back to life. Like, okay, we're bringing you back online, right? We're bringing you back online. And this is not just for me, but this is for the collective, but this is an energy of a person. And I specifically imagine one of my friends when this is happening. So maybe that's something that you guys can think of with this person, is that maybe you're flatlined or whatever, and this person is like pumping your heart, like your defibrillator. They're like your defibrillator basically, and they're pumping you back into life. They're pumping you back into love. They're shocking you back into a loving energy. This person with 6 of Cups here, I'm also saying could give you a gift of some kind as a way to help release your blocks. Like this person might give you a deck of tarot cards or something like that, and you start working with this deck and it really helps you overcome, some of your blocks, something like that. This person could give you a particular crystal or something like that, and it helps you overcome a lot of stuff in your life. You find after wearing this particular crystal, like there's certain things that are just being released all the time, something like that. I'm also seeing the sacral chakra, and that's another reason why I wanted to bring up sexuality, really, is because for a lot of you, it's like a sexual healing thing as well. But with a higher view, I really see you kind of like looking above it all. It's like you're above it all, you're seeing things clearly, you're tapping into your higher self energy through the help of this Queen of Pentacles energy. This person coming in, it's like you're tapping into a higher view of your life path. It's like this person is taking the scope and making you not focus on like the current moment and what's happening with this particular partner in this current moment, and they're broadening it out, and they're like, oh, this is a bigger part of this picture and this picture and this picture. They're letting you see the full timeline. That's another interpretation I gave with the Queen of Pentacles, because she always has this pentacle and it reminds me of like a crystal ball, similar to this stuff I have right here. But just like looking into the future, seeing into the future, seeing into the past, looking at the timeline as far as, typically with Pentacles, it's like as far as wealth is concerned. So it's like, let's look at the timeline. Let's look at how has how have what we've been doing in the past led up to this future, and where is that future going to take us into the further future, that kind of thing. Just so you know, with the Queen of Wands, I want to reiterate this before I wrap up the reading. You are one of the front runners on this particular line of relationship trauma. So expect for not a lot of people to understand, but expect in like a year and a half, like everybody to be talking about this particular way that a man can treat a woman or a woman can treat a man, whatever. It's this feeling of like, a woman can treat a woman, all that good stuff. There's this feeling of like you're on the front runner of this type of kind of new stereotype that's on the field, basically because of this connection you're in. So don't expect people to understand right now, because you are the front runner. You're leading the pack. Other people are going to start to experience this probably to a lesser degree than you experienced it. For some of you, your issues with this person run really deep, and I'm feeling for some of you it's like very traumatic. But yeah, you have a burst of magic, and this pink flower is representing love blossoming in your life, and it's just a matter of noticing it, I think, is one of the things here. It's like you don't need to notice it, but it's like something that if you do pay attention to, you will start to notice this beauty around you, this surreal kind of sense of love from your environment, all because this person is helping you see that timeline. They're helping you see like where you can go, how you can evolve, stuff like that. And it's also not just like the timeline, it's also like healing the blocks themselves. Like this Queen of Pentacles person could be a good therapist, right? Whether they're helping you work through like sexual issues, or they're helping you work through, psychological issues, trust issues, anything like that. So this is what's next in love for you guys. It is an opportunity. That's what I want to point out. Like, like a sextile connection in astrology, how it's something that's available, but you have to act on it for it to become a thing, right? It's not like a trine thing where it's just going to happen. It's like this thing that is like, this person is available, but you have to act on it. Like this person is coming in. And just so you know, if you don't act on it, not a big deal. You're still going to recover. It's just might take a little bit longer, but this person's coming in to say like, hey, if you want to jumpstart on your destiny, if you want to release your block so you can find love more easily in the future, I'm coming in to help you do that. So it's however you guys want to take this person on. They're a very healing energy. I would trust them. If I was in your shoes, I would trust them. They have good intentions. Yeah, and they're meant to heal specific areas of your life that you have been traumatized by this past relationship from, if that makes sense. All right, great. So I'm going to end the reading. You guys, if you want to help out the channel, you can like or comment below. It really does help out the channel. And if you feel like this reading resonated, you feel like future readings will resonate, you can subscribe. See you guys later. Hello, group 2. Let's see what's next in love for you. Okay, so I'm going to start with this deck. I don't know what this deck's called. My friend gave it to me. Let's see. And we have Saguaro and we have Monkey to figure out what kind of love stuff is going on for you right now. This is interesting energy. The first message that's coming through is Saguaro and Monkey. So Saguaro, I'm thinking of, I don't know if this is the cactus they make tequila out of, but I'm thinking of like intoxication because of that. Like I know they make tequila out of cacti, but it's very interesting. There's a feeling of like hallucinating, which is reminding me of illusions. And with the monkey here, there's a strong feeling of like tricks or ideas or concepts or something like that. And I do think in a way, the person that you're dealing with right now, because a lot of you are already in a connection with someone, or you're flirting with someone. My air just turned off, so that's confirmation of that for most of you. I'm also feeling called to only flip upright cards for your tarot portion of the reading. The thing with this person that's kind of a trickstery kind of energy, right? They have the ability to make you trip out a little bit on what's going on in your life. Like this person's very trippy, has very trippy energy. With the monkey here and his tail curled around the tree, I think this person is kind of attached to you. I also think that you are possibly attached to this person. But what I'm seeing in the future for you with this person, there is a feeling of something happening in your life that pulls you away from this person. Also, I feel like you and this person have kind of a naturally competitive kind of energy with each other. It might not necessarily be outwardly demonstrated, but because this card was in reverse before I pulled it upright, but I felt really called to take all upright cards today and not any reversals, especially in your guys' particular reading for group 2. However, here's the thing. This person and you are like competing a little bit. And this person's friend group in general, or their environment they're in, they set up environments to feel kind of like a competition, is what I'm seeing. But at the same time, there's an illusion about all this too. It's like someone who's not maybe speaking the truth necessarily, or someone who is saying things that might be like, you might feel are a little illusory or something like that. Now, I'm not saying this person's like a bad person necessarily, and I actually don't see you guys splitting up because for any reason other than like circumstances, because the tower to me always represents like circumstances, like physical reality destruction that causes your relationship to split. So something like this could be some kind of world event or whatever. And I don't know, I think you guys might get back together in the future. I don't know, but it might also be a blessing in disguise. Like I definitely see this person that you're interacting with, a split happening soon based on some kind of physical issue. So this could be that they live in the mountains, you live down in the valley or something like that, and they get snowed in, something like that. So it's like they get snowed in and they can't, this is just an example by the way, but they get snowed in and they can't make it to see you. And it's like there's one thing after the other, or they're really busy at work and then they can't figure out a way to see you, stuff like that. I feel like there is kind of like a hallucinatory connection here. So it could be romantic. This person could be a friend as well, but there's a feeling of tripping out on them a little bit. Like there's a feeling of like their presence kind of having kind of like a psychedelic effect on you. For you guys, I feel like you're very sensitive to energy like this. Let me pull a Oracle of the Seven Energies card. I'm just gonna pull it in between these to get a little bit more information here. We have a deep breath. I'm going to put that right up there. And it's a solid 7 coming out with this card. This person might make you feel like a little out of control in the connection, even though you're really attracted to them or there's an attraction there. This could also be someone, for some of you, this is a relative that you met or a new relative that you met. Like I'm feeling for some of you, like, I don't know if you guys have those ancestry profiles, but this is some like long lost cousin, or this is someone you met that you're really kind of into at the time, not romantically obviously, but like someone you're into as far as like I don't know, they're just kind of seem kind of magical to you, but the way they speak is kind of in a weird way, it's like a little deceptive is the vibe that I'm getting. Like it's either deceptive or it inspires you to trip a little bit, something like that. And that is something that in the future, this connection in the present moment is asking you to review and decide what you want in the future. Because I'm seeing there's a lot of people that you are going to meet in the future. You have a lot of opportunities for love, just FYI. I'm feeling that. I'm getting that intuitive hit right now, that you have a lot of opportunities for love in the future. We also have Ace of Cups, which to me just can represent that your cup eventually will be so overflowing that anyone would want to be with you, right? Because you just have so much to give. Now, here's the thing. You have to decide what type of person you want to end up with at this point in the juncture. And this person's representative of an archetype of a person that would be good for you in some ways, or it could be negative for you in other ways. But this is a specific person that you have to decide if you like this kind of energy. So even though this person might be a little dishonest, and they might be confusing the way they talk or something like that, there is a deep attraction here. There's a deep attraction here, and there's a deep feeling of being in a heightened, higher, hallucinatory kind of state around this person. You guys are going to have to make a decision. And I think it comes down to the fact that do you want a partner who you have a really good time around and you kind of have a trippy kind of aspect to the connection? Or do you want someone who's more honest and down to earth and maybe you're not as high as much in the connection, or you're not floating on clouds and stuff like that? Now, it's interesting because I see, like with this person, it almost looks like you individuate from this person for career reasons. There's a feeling of professionalism coming into play where like you can't take this person to a certain trip or because you have a certain job, there's a reason this person can't be involved in your life. It could also be a physical disaster on this person's end. Like they had something happen to them, they have to move, something like that. there is some kind of release of this person. And I don't know if you realize it yet, but something about this person's energy is gonna, because the universe is removing them, they're gonna remove them from your life. With Ace of Cups and the Sun, you are going to be filled with such overwhelming joy, positivity, love, happiness, peace. There's this feeling of really being able to be like, oh, I really didn't need their energy to create this kind of higher state in myself, because once they left, like I had this higher state already within me. The cards are urging you to, if you feel any trauma or heartbreak from this separation, with a deep breath, it's asking you to take deep breaths. Breathe in deeply, inhale, exhale, really take care of yourself in that regard. However, for most of you watching this is a separation that is wanted and needed. You almost, I'm seeing, feeling trapped by this person in the sense that you enjoy their company so much, but you're also perplexed by the disillusionment that's there, or the fact that like they might be lying, or they might be hiding half-truths or something like that. And I feel like a lot of you are in this stage, and there's no judgment, right? But we can often get ourselves into a wishy-washy kind of stage of life where we can't really make a clear decision either way. It's like, I like them, but at the same time, I wish I could separate. But at the same time, they're fun to be with. But at the same time, this other thing that bothers me. So there is this feeling of wishy-washy kind of state. And I know some people view that as a negative term, but that is a totally acceptable place to be in life. And I mean, we all go through it. It's human. It's human to be in that state. And to not know what you want, or to be enjoying something, but not know if you want it long term. So what's interesting is, because you keep going back to this person and their personality is a little bit addictive for you guys, because it gets you into that kind of heightened higher state that you are perceiving when you're with them, this sense of individualism that comes up, this sense of this tower moment, this breaking away from both of you when it comes to some physical structure in either of your lives changing or rearranging itself. So basically the reality rearranging itself, the structure of your reality rearranging itself. That could be someone moving somewhere. That could be literally the tower can represent like a house burning down. So that could be a quite literal manifestation of it. But for the most part, it's some physical thing, my spouse got a job in another state and I have to move, something like that. And this person's more like a girlfriend or something like that, or like a friend that you have, and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna have to leave this person. But then you realize when you're gone or away from this person, you get to experience this Ace of Cups and Sun energy. And it's so funny, I touched the Sun and the Sun just went right there to the Ace of Cups. It's giving me strong vibes of joined connection with your inner happiness, the outer success in your reality. And it's interesting, you guys might ponder in the future if another person like this comes into your viewpoint and you might want to start a relationship with them, you'll be thinking more clearly about it, and you'll be remembering how you felt after the connection versus how you felt in the connection, and what you truly want. Because the cards are saying you can be happy and filled with love and not be like tripping out on someone all the time. You don't necessarily you don't necessarily have to be in this illusory, lovey kind of situation where this person, how do I put it? The vibe that's coming through is takes from you, but also is providing kind of like a soma in return, like a kind of intoxicating, feel good energy. It's like the cards are saying that like eventually you're going to learn that you can feel good this way on your own. So it's not really a loss. So for a lot of you who are like in the process of mourning this person, or there's a feeling currently in your life where, oh my gosh, they're going to leave, or there's like this panic there, just remember that you've had moments where you wanted them gone. You've had moments where you wanted them to stay. And literally, I feel like you guys are constantly asking yourself like, well, what do I really want? And it's like one of those moments where your intuition is truly stumping you. It's like you can't really decide either way. It's like, do I not? Do I not? And the cool thing about this is once this person is out of your life, for whatever this reason is, it might be sad, I don't know. I'm not really seeing cards of sorrow necessarily in this connection. It actually feels more like a release, because we have the Five of Wands in the Tower. Then we have this period where you focus on yourself and your job, or whatever this career thing is or professional situation is. And then it's like this building of Ace of Cups and Sun energy, which just feels so overwhelmingly positive. And the fact that you guys can do this for yourself, that you're actually the ones able to fix yourself without another person, I mean, that says a lot to your guys' your strength, your resilience. like I really feel like you guys are in this position where, like, for most of you, this is coming through that it's not going to be a heartbreak. It's going to be like, oh, this makes sense that I let go of this person because I needed to learn about this type of person. This archetypal energy came into my life. I needed to learn about it. And now that I've learned about it, I'm letting it go. A deep breath also talks about inhaling and exhaling. And I see breath work as kind of like the rhythm and flow of the universe. For me, it's like a representation of give and take. So it's one of those things where it's like the universe gave you this person, and you inhaled them, and now it's time to exhale them, is kind of the vibe that I'm seeing, specifically in this moment, and it might even feel odd to talk about breath in this way because maybe your breath gets weird around this person also. Like there might be feelings of like when you're around them, like, it's not necessarily like not being able to breathe, but that could be relevant for some of you. It's the feeling of like holding your breath for too long, or like after you exhale and like needing to take a breath and then being able to finally take it. There's a feeling of like the vibe coming through is like starvation, or like starvation of the breath. And it almost feels like, how do I put it? Like, it's like you're not breathing exactly when you want to as far as the inhaling and exhaling with this connection. It's like this person kind of is not naturally in flow with your natural rhythms. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. So it's like if you wanted to leave a party or something like that, this person wants to stick around a little bit longer or something like that, and then they leave in like 10 minutes or something. But there's a feeling of the natural give and take of energy flow. Like it's a little like instead of being like this, it's like I don't know. And I think that's why the Five of Wands is here too. It's like this person sees things in a little bit of a conflictual, competitive way. And I think that's one of the reasons why this connection doesn't flow as nicely as you guys would want it to flow. And maybe this is kind of like the wake-up call that you guys need, in a sense, to know that this is not probably your forever person, or this is someone that you might have to reconsider if you want to date someone like this. Also, people can go through a lot of growth and development over a long period of time, and sometimes we need a separation from someone in order to come back together later and have that same kind of growth. How do I put this? People change over time. That's all I'm going to say. People change over time. They become different people. And it might not be the right time for this person, and there might be something that pulls you away from each other. Doesn't mean you guys can't come back together and have a successful thing. But right now you need to evaluate if you want this type of kind of relationship, and you're going into this phase of like focusing on career and going at it alone. And then with Ace of Cups and the Sun, there's a strong vibe of like, wow, I feel really good without them. Maybe this is something I can feel good like this all the time. Now, I do think there's states of being that you will miss about them. Not really totally strongly, because trust me, these cards are so positive as far as like what you're going through during the quote unquote recovery process. But there's aspects to this person where they did make you feel certain ways that you might not be able to feel like on your own, obviously, or with another person. And that's why it's the cards are urging you to think clearly about what type of connection you want with someone. Do you want something that's a little more competitive, but also is making you a little more high or like kind of intoxicated in some ways? Or do you want a connection that is more grounded, stable, fulfilling? But the thing is, you can't decide right now because you're in the presence of this person, because of that intoxicating effect, it's creating kind of like a wishy-washy vibe. Now, I don't think you need to like intentionally break it off with this person. In fact, I would say that would also be, in a way, premature, just because like there's moments where you still want to spend with them, and then there's moments where you don't. It's like a back and forth energy, and that's fine. The Tower energy is the separation factor. That's where something's going to come into play that will separate you guys from each other, and that could be an external circumstance, a situational circumstance. Usually it has something to do with the physical, tangible reality. And when we get to that point, it's like the universe is deciding for you, right? And that's the beautiful thing. You don't have to make the decision. And I don't want you to stress about making the decision, because I know when people are in this wishy-washy energy, it's just difficult to make a decision. It really is. It's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know who to be. Like, I don't know what I want. It's like this is all just feels so overwhelming, and the fact that I have to make a choice feels overwhelming. So don't worry about making a choice. It's going to be made for you. You're going to be getting the space away from this person, and it's going to be really healing, is what I'm seeing. And like I said, with this independent career shift, it's just like focusing on your professional career at this time. And I do see a lot of abundance coming in. So a little side note, like I think you'll be rolling in the dough, like money will be coming in. But yeah, so I just think you're setting yourself up for really peaceful, loving time for yourself and your own energy. And I'm not going to say you're not dating at this time, but you won't be dating this specific type of person. I think once you get into this energy, you're like, okay, I need a break from this type of person to figure out or to analyze if I want to be with someone like this. So you might still date other people that are not like this type, but for the most part, I do see you guys really enjoying your single life. There's a feeling of really enjoying single life. And this is like the thing of this reading. It's like you could date, you don't have to date. Ace of Cups talks about partners coming in, being attracted to your overflowing sense of self-love that's emanating off of you. I'm reading a book right now, and I think it's called D-E. It's like a concept of Taoism and Wu Wei, and it's like this place you can be in where like you're magnetic to people. So it's like one thing that I'm seeing with Ace of Cups here is this sense of magnetism. So you can attract partners if you want. You'll be very happy too. There's a feeling of lightheartedness, but you actually might prefer to stay alone. You know, you might prefer to be alone at this time, or to just do your own thing, or, you know, take everything on your level is kind of what I'm seeing in this period of time coming up. Anyway, thank you guys for letting me read for you. If you'd like to help out the channel, you can like or comment below. If you feel like the reading resonated and future ones will resonate, you can subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hey, group 3, if you chose this labradorite piece, this will be your reading. So let's get into it. What do I want to start with? I want to start with the Place Oracle. Let's see. So what's next in love for group number 3? We have Grassland. Cool. Then I'm seeing this magical message deck. So I want to pull out a magical message for you. I'm being told this magical message applies to your life as you're watching this reading or as you clicked on this group. It might not have to do with what's next in love, but this is just a side note or a message that when you hear it, it should click. It should go, ah, that's the message I need to hear right now. And in that way, I think that it might help you stick with this reading, something like that. Let's see, what's the message? We have this message. First of all, here's the picture. It's like a woman studying. She's in her little loft and she's studying. She's writing spells or something. She has tea. But let's see what it says. It says, darling, there's a reason for the dreams you carry in your heart. Honor them. Yeah, so this is for my group that if you have been really feeling doubtful of your specific dreams in life, if you feel like they're not meant for you, if you feel like you're not meant to achieve them, if you're having a lot of doubts about the dreams that are in your heart, you shouldn't be. You should honor them. Though that's a part of you. That's a part of your destiny. Yeah, there's a reason you have them. Even if they're not necessarily completed in this lifetime, there's a reason you have them. Sometimes our dreams, there's reasons for them just to motivate us to follow and figure out our destiny. But the point is, the dreams in your heart are real. They're meant for you. There's something to be aware of. Even if it doesn't manifest the exact way you're thinking it will, it's good to honor them. It's good to know that these are there. Okay, let's see here. We have 8 of Swords. This one is, and the Fool. I see that you guys are like at this current point in your love life, you're wanting freedom. There's a feeling of trying to break free from restriction and wanting freedom. I'm feeling called to pull this deck. Here we go. So the air just turned off, which could be confirmation for some of you about wanting freedom. And I'm also suddenly starting to feel very, very hot. I feel like there's something in your life that's been overheating, a connection that's overheating, and you need freedom from it. And we have Heart's Home. There's a conflict between your romantic love life and the dreams you're carrying in your heart. And that's why you're doubting what you're meant to do in this lifetime. That's why you're doubting your destiny. This one's on the bottom. I want to pull this one too. We have Sync with Cycles, Black Bear. Something about 2 is like, for my female viewers, there's something about menstruation or your period or something like that. that could cause you to doubt your dreams a little bit more when you're at that specific point in the month where you're feeling a little more hormonal and stuff. There could be a feeling of like, oh my gosh, I'm doubting this path, or like I'm having issues with this and stuff like that. This might actually, like, I'm getting the ping in my head of like, if you need to see a doctor about something with reproductive health, go see that doctor, or get that taken care of. If you guys have been procrastinating with that, get that taken care of. There's just a little health message that's coming through. But overall, heart's home. This is talking about like lining up the desires in your heart with the desire you want for a partner, right? Let's get back into grassland, actually, because I pulled this card and I just kind of glossed over it. It says open expanse, grazing out. Yeah, you want freedom. You guys are looking for freedom as far as what's next in love, you know? There's a feeling of wanting like liberation, wanting to live in a way that is not confining. With the Eight of Swords, swords can represent ideas. They can represent concepts. With this woman being trapped by these in this card, it's almost giving me the vibes of like other people's perceptions of your dreams are getting in your way, is kind of how I'm seeing it. Man, I'm overheating a lot. If you guys need to cool down, like in the future, I feel like a lot of you live in places where there's hot climates or something. If you ever feel like you're overheating, get an ice bag and cool down. I'm going to be doing that after the reading because like I'm just feeling so hot right now. But we have the sun here as well. You're being urged, it was in reverse. I'm going to take it in reverse because I pulled it in reverse. But you're being urged to stay out of the sunlight at this time because the heat is going to be too draining for you. So obviously, if you have work or you have a job and you can't leave your job and it's in the middle of the day and it's in the sun, just try to spend more time in darkness. We also have the World card here. With sync with cycles in the world, you guys are looking for exploration. You're looking to travel. You might be looking to move, something like that, far away from someone in your life. Wow. It's so funny. This is just so random how like certain things in your life just apply to readings, and it's just like the weirdest thing how that happens. But there's like a bean here and she's growing out of this seed, right? And there was a girl last night at a bar I was at, and she kept saying to me, like, she was like, oh, do you know, like, she's like, do you know what a legume is? And I was like, I don't know, like, it's like a bean, like, it's like a food you eat. And she was like, no, a legume is like this kind of bean. Like, she was trying to like really emphasize what a legume was to me. And just a very odd conversation. But yeah, it was one of those things too, where it's like, she's trying to explain something to me, and like, I either don't care about it or I'm like trying to get it, but like I'm saying the wrong answer. And the vibe that I'm getting here with the World card, with this specific message with the World card, is it's like someone's trying to explain something to you about their perspective of the world, but it doesn't jive with like the dreams you have in your heart. That's something that's coming through. Also with the world, there is a feeling that a certain culture is calling you to explore it, but you might not understand the language. Like me and this girl talking about the legume, like she didn't understand that, you know, I don't really, you know, care in this particular moment, the full impact of like what a legume is. And I feel like, yeah, like there's this feeling of miscommunication is kind of what I'm seeing with the World card here. There is a vibe of needing to go somewhere where you can't communicate well with the people, but you're getting enlightened anyway. Let's see. We also have the Emperor here too. We have the Emperor in reverse. This feels like craving structure in your love life, and at the same time being scared to break free of something committed that is less structured. Okay, let's see. We have Two of Cups right between the Sun and the Emperor. This feeling of structure that you're craving or lacking, or however this structure is manifesting for you, because I'm seeing it manifesting for different people in different ways. Two of Cups is going to start, there's a feeling of the more you stay out of the quote unquote limelight, very literally this could be the sun for a lot of you. But for most of you, staying out of light and sunlight and spending more time in dark places, or at night, or roaming at night, or something like that. Basically, I'm hearing stay out of the heat, because if you're out of the heat, you're going to be more attractive to people. But if you're going outside all the time and you're letting yourself soak in the sun and stuff like that, there's something about your attractiveness waning, because the heat taking away that certain like je ne sais quoi that you have, basically. I'm also seeing something about like reordering your schedule. So you can do certain activities at night. Like maybe if you have a morning hobby or something like that, like changing that to like part of that in the evening, so you can like go out and do walks like in nighttime or something like that. I'm also seeing for some of you like switching from morning shifts to more evening shifts coming up, and that actually brings in healthier relationships. So for example, maybe you always work the like 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift at your job, and now you're like, okay, I'm going to work the 12 to 9 or whatever. I'm just using arbitrary hours. I don't know what most jobs schedule as far as that, and it's going to be different for all of you. But you just switch your work routine to the evening, and then it like brings in a whole new different crowd of people, and you could meet someone that you really like, right? That is resonating with the types of dreams you carry in your heart. You know, for some of you, you could even be feeling trapped in singledom. I know I mentioned being trapped in a relationship, but there is a feeling of wanting freedom. So if you're looking for a partner, there's a feeling of, I want a partner where I can just run with them freely throughout life. And like, we don't have to be too attached to each other. Like, we're together, obviously, but we don't have to be like super attached to each other in this lifetime. That's kind of what you guys are desiring right now, is what I'm seeing. It's just a feeling of, yeah, and it's almost the feeling with the 10 of Cups here. I feel like you guys want a family. Like, this is not saying like, oh, I don't want a family. I feel like you guys want a family, but at this time, you're not ready for that. That's what it feels like. You're not ready to settle down. You're not ready to like have kids. There's something about, how do I put it? Like, you want to make sure your dreams are being honored before you have a family, before you settle down. But the thing is, the universe is going to be sending you people who do honor your dreams at this time. It's just a matter of shifting your energy into the nighttime energy, or sticking with darkness. I'm hearing, sunglasses could be significant. Sunglasses could be significant. I also got the card, let it go. Whatever you're holding on to, whatever is keeping you feeling trapped, the cards are urging you to just let it go. And there's a feeling of like worrying about this, like, oh my God, what if I let it go, and it's what, you know, like, how am I going to do that? Well, it's one of those things where it is what it is, you know, like there's a feeling of just needing to do it, and you guys know that you need to do it, and it shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's kind of like, it is what it is, you know. Let's pull one more place oracle card up here. Yeah, so there's a feeling of needing freedom, needing to let go of someone or something. Some love that has outlived its purpose in your life, and this could be any form of love that has just turned sour, turned maybe hateful even. We have windswept region, breezy gusts, whirling winds, airy expanse, dancing leaves. Yeah, I feel like a good breeze could cure a lot for you guys. Make sure you turn your fans on in your house on hot days. Make sure you are getting fresh air, or make sure you clean your air filters in your house if you live in a hotter climate. Let's see, one more place oracle. Yeah, a lot of you do live in a hot climate. Endless horizons, though, it's interesting. There's certain things popping up, little themes like open expanse, does endless horizons. Like, both of these cards have very like expansive kind of energy. And even though you might be craving kind of like this grasslands energy, where you're craving like growth and lusciousness, but like endless possibilities, you're in the desert right now. And so that can feel like scarcity. There can be a feeling of like scarcity there. And at the same time, there's this feeling, though, that there is still a lot of expansiveness. So yeah, I would not worry too much about, with it is what it is. Don't worry too much about the feeling of like what's going to happen. I don't know. There's a feeling of not worrying too much about people's emotions and what's going to happen to them when you leave. That's not your priority in this situation. With Heart's Home here, your priority is to find your heart's home within you, and like know that that's a part of you, right? So let's go back to this message. Darling, there's a reason for the dreams you carry in your heart. Honor them. If this person's not lining up with the dreams you have in your heart, they're not worth your time. If this person is criticizing the dreams you have in your heart, they're obviously very not worth your time. You know, now if this person's willing to adapt, that's a different story, right? Like, but at the same time, it feels like you're trapped within yourself because you can't express these dreams to your partner, and that is something that could wear on you over time. So just so you know, this also for some of you could be a friend group, a certain friend group you can't be your true self around, and so spending more time in the evening, at nighttime, connecting with people in the more evening time could be a period where you attract better friends or more friendships that are more open to what your heart wants. You can be more open and vulnerable with these people. So I'm going to end your guys' reading there. If you like the reading, you can like or comment below. If you felt the reading was like really resonated, you can subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.